Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to an episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
Something like that.
I don't know. What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. We're talking about, actually, I do know what we're doing. We're recording on Sunday night because
The expansion draft is tomorrow.
yeah, the expansion draft is tomorrow, June 9th. Today's June 8th, so Monday, June 9th is when the expansion draft is. We're recording on Sunday night. We were supposed to record last night. We went to the Seattle Pride Classic, so we'll talk a little bit about that before we get into what we're really going to talk about, which is the 5 signings that we got during the signing window. So we'll talk about the fact that every year there is a hockey tournament that happens during Pride Month and during June, and it is celebrating inclusivity, I don't know, all
lesbian,
gay, lesbian, everything's
queer,
all the things, just inclusivity, yeah.
everywhere.
And so it's a tournament. It happens at the Kraken Community Iceplex, which is where
Great.
great facility.
Very cold.
Yeah, it is very cold. Someone told us that they weren't cold there, and I said, "You must have superhuman abilities, Brian.
Yeah.
You must have superhuman abilities because we were freezing our tails off the entire time." So
Yeah. It was good though. There was, a little spattering of crowd, and we watched a couple hockey games.
yeah, we watched a couple hockey
Watched the
games.
3 hockey games.
Yeah.
And it was good. And who was the player that came?
Oh, I don't know.
Openly gay player.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna Lucas. Really, you're gonna put me on the spot.
Sorry.
I can look it up. Anyway, he's
the openly gay player that plays, I guess he plays minor league hockey.
Yes, minor league hockey right now.
But we are all behind him.
Yes, he's tagged. I'm looking at their Instagram right now, guys, just so everybody can know this is what I'm doing. I'm looking at the Instagram.
I put her on the spot.
Yeah, because I'm like, what is his name? I don't want to mispronounce it. I'm pretty sure his name is his first name is Lucas, but why am I not finding it? Oh gosh. How embarrassing is this? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I cannot find it to save my life right now. And somebody's gonna come on here and it's gonna be like, this is who it is. Yeah, this is who it is. So
no.
I should know his name. And we talked about him. We actually talked about him on a episode we had before because I was mistaken that he was an NHL player, and he's not an NHL player. He plays for a minor league hockey team, but still, like, how amazing. I think he was there yesterday during the day, because I'm not seeing anywhere on their story where
I thought he was coming back today too.
No, well, maybe for the All-Star game, but I'm just not finding his name. I'm sorry, guys.
Let me look. Like, I know what I'm doing.
I don't know. I'm like, what are you looking for? So it's a tournament. This was a lot of nothing conversation. So it's a tournament, and we were only able to go for Saturday night, and so it is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday tournament. So they ended today at noon. And I think next year we've decided like we want to go for more, because it was super fun, and it's a good atmosphere. And we bought jerseys. Oh, for those that are watching, we bought we did buy jerseys, and they were customizing them. I think you had to pre-order the customization, but we actually contacted the people who were doing the customization, asked them if we could do the customization ourselves. So anyway, long story short, that is what we did last night, and we said we were going to record when we got home last night, but being older, we decided to go to bed instead. Okay,
I didn't find it.
Stop looking.
I was gonna Google it.
Go ahead.
But yeah, we were very tired because we're older. We are not young, and sitting on those benches.
Luke Prokop.
Luke Prokop.
Yeah, I was not going to say it right. I wasn't going to say it right. So I'm glad I didn't. Luke Prokop is his name.
And he was there today and yesterday too,
I believe
right?
so. And he plays for the Milwaukee Admirals. He actually was a Thunderbird. Did you know that? Oh yeah, he was a Thunderbird. He played for the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Very cool. I wonder how he did here.
Yeah.
I hope they accepted him with open arms.
Yeah. So anyway, he's, I think, as far as we know, the only openly gay player that's playing, professional hockey. Yeah, semi-professional hockey in the minor, the AHL. He's playing.
Luke Prokop.
Prokop. Yeah. So sorry, that took us a while to get there.
Yeah.
But so anyway, as we've talked about on the podcast before, we enjoy the fact that the PWHL is an openly queer league and that, there's a lot of inclusivity. And so being that this is Pride Month, we're still in June, it's really fun to just go and celebrate. And it was just fun to see hockey. Like we haven't seen
No,
live
it
hockey. I
was.
mean, it's not professional hockey, but it was really fun to watch people play.
And one of the
So.
people that we cheered on like found us on
Oh yeah, yeah,
social
yeah,
media,
yeah,
and
yeah. They
like
found
we
us
were
on social media.
cheering.
Yeah, they
We
saw us
rooted for the
cheering.
blue jerseys, then we rooted for the pink jerseys, then we rooted for the
I don't know.
purple
We
jerseys.
never, did we root for the purple
I don't
jerseys?
know.
I
Did
felt
we
like
root
we
for the
never,
purple?
I bought a purple jersey, guys. Patty bought a blue jersey,
Purple's
so
her favorite
it is my
color,
favorite
and they
color.
didn't have orange, so blue is my
They
second
had the
favorite
yellow one
color.
though. The yellow one was kind of
Yeah, but
cute.
it was like a 3XL,
I know
and
the sizing.
large, and like it's
Yeah,
too big,
it is a little too
but it's
big.
okay. I'm still wearing it. I love it.
So yeah, so anyway, we should go on Friday. Like we should take the day off on Friday and go up and
Well,
just
we're
spend.
gonna go the whole
I
weekend,
think we should
right?
go the whole
I think we
weekend.
should.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. So
Yeah.
it was super fun. And it was good for us to like dip our toe in it. And we would like to do more of it next year. So thank you to Seattle Pride Hockey. They are they're the ones that put it on, and there's tons of sponsors, and it's a big deal. It's definitely a very well run tournament.
Yes,
So
definitely. And we will go back.
we will.
And it was good to dip our toe in too, because that's where PWHL Seattle was going to practice.
Yep.
So we will be there to see some practice sessions and to be cold in that building and
Yeah.
cheer on our team.
And we're hoping they're going to have some PWHL Seattle, stuff up on the walls because right now it's all cracking all the time.
It's all cracking. And
So-
the big team store, we hope to have some PWHL.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
because there's a team store up there too, and there's a Starbucks, guys.
A real Starbucks that
Starbucks.
recycles their cups.
I know it was great. Yeah, it was really great. But yeah, well, hopefully the team store will start having some
Not
PWHL.
recycles, reuses.
Yeah, they reuse the cups.
They
Yeah,
sanitize, wash, sanitize. Really love that. Yeah.
it's cool.
Yep.
So anyway, moving on, what we're really here to talk about today. So what the big news has been for the past week, and that we wanted to come in and talk about was five signings. So we had the signing window, expansion draft signing window, or not expansion draft, expansion signing window. So basically, anyone who was unprotected and under contract at this point could be wooed to one of the two teams, PWHL Seattle and PWHL Vancouver. And we've been on social media talking a little bit about our reactions to all these, but I kind of want to just like go back to the beginning of the week and talk about like how it all went down, because basically I was immediately on all socials trying to figure out what was going on Tuesday morning, like when it started. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And it was like radio silence for a little while. I mean, it wasn't very long, but for a little while. And
But the problem was there was radio silence and Vancouver was going crazy. They had
well,
like
no, but I'm saying like even
we-
before we got to Vancouver signing, like it was still just like, okay, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Like the window's open. Like, why are we not hearing anything? And so then what started happening was we started hearing the rumors. And so people that I've talked to have basically said that what was happening was the players' agents would talk to reporters, and that's how rumors were getting out about potential signings or potential talks and that sort of thing. And so even before the announcements came from the teams, the official signing announcements, we were getting rumored, reporter rumor information that was coming out about who was signing with who. But yes, now it starts to pop off, but it starts to pop off for just Vancouver.
Yeah, like all Vancouver.
Yeah, I think it was three Vancouver signings, like right in a row. Yeah, right in a row, really quick. And sadly, like I don't even remember who they all are.
I don't.
But
we're so focused on Seattle.
Yeah, we are
like,
very focused on
seriously,
Seattle.
That
Yeah.
is our focus.
Yeah.
That's the focus of this podcast. That's our focus. And it's really the birth of these fans.
Right.
Sitting right here, this podcast, it's just the birth of it.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah. So after Vancouver had already had three signings, like official signings, like, and it was, when the team's socials like were announcing them, you knew it was official, and that's when it became the official, like after all the rumors. Well, at that point, like we had started to hear rumors about Daniel Serdechny. Like it was rumored.
It was rumored
that
Nothing
she
came out
was going to sign.
officially.
Yeah, that she was signing, and so it was like all of this stuff was, just, and we're like, oh, okay, we're finally getting it. We're finally getting somebody. And we're also just like, I mean, I was like turning in the back of my head, what's going on? Because if Hillary Knight is coming to Seattle, why are they not announcing her first? Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, all of the players that signed with us are amazing
Amazing.
players.
Excellent.
And as we said before, all of these players are elite players. So I don't want to downplay anyone else in this, but knowing that like Hillary Knight is who she is, aka Captain America, like her not hearing her rumors or announcement first was almost jarring.
Staggering. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But then she was the official first one.
she was the
Sir
official.
Daphne was just leaked, which was cool. We like the
Yeah,
leaks. PWG
yeah.
though, as a league, it has great PR in that arena. They
Hmm.
do it well with the whole leaking of
The
the
logos.
logos. That was well done, and
Yeah,
we're not totally blind to that.
right.
But Hillary Knight was the first official announcement
From the team.
from the team.
Yes. And we heard no, and the interesting thing about that is we heard no rumors at all. It wasn't like nobody was flitting around rumors about her signing. So if just from like a perspective, like from the way my brain works, like from a 60,000 foot perspective, it's interesting because everyone else that got signed had rumors flying. Even people who didn't end up getting signed had rumors flying around about them signing, being under contract. Like, yes, we're getting them before the team officially announced, and the only one that did not go that way was Hillary Knight. And my conjecture on that is that it was their full intention to keep her a secret, which they weren't doing a very good job of it because everybody knew she wanted to come here.
Everybody knew.
Yeah, but that she was going to be the first announcement, and then the rumor mill hit first for Sir Dacne, which again, I don't want to take it away from
No,
her.
I'm not sad about it at
Yeah,
all.
no, we're excited, but so that was the order really, that Hillary Knight went first. She was our first signing.
Officially at 7:30 p.m.
Yeah,
7:30
7:30
p.m.
p.m.
I
Yeah.
mean, you were still at the dinner
I
table.
know.
I was doing dishes. She starts screaming. I'm like, what's
What's
going
going
on? Are
on?
the boys okay? Is everything fine? What's going on? And yeah, it was Hillary. It was the
I
announcement.
was
It
like
was Hillary.
because I'd seen the Vancouver announcements, the way that they put up a picture of the player and then they like swiped across and then like had all their stats. And so I saw Hillary's face and I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're announcing Hillary." I was just like, "It's official, it's official." And it was 7:30 p.m. And I think that there was like a some one reporter had said like basically there's a rumor of another announcement coming tonight, and that was like at 7. So like that
Mm,
was they were I and my guess is they were probably told not to say Hillary's name, and that was not their, they wanted that the team wanted to be the first to be able to say and officially announce and that sort of thing. Again, I'm making conjecture based on my professional, life and what I do for a living and thinking about these things. So anyway,
total big
yeah.
picture girl.
Well, yeah. So Hillary Knight, and then also that night we the official announcement about Sir Acne, but we think we'd already be like, okay, check, like we've
Yep.
got her.
Yep.
So then we had said that night, we were like, oh, we're gonna wake up to Alex Carpenter the next morning.
We really thought we were. We really thought Carpy was going to be the next official announcement, and she wasn't.
No,
And we got both. Carpy was last. Was Carpy last? Or
no,
was Schroeder last?
Schroeder was last.
Schroeder was last. Well, Kayla Barnes was next, and Kayla Barnes, I totally love. Okay,
Patty has a favorite player.
she is small and scrappy, a Southern Californian, probably born in the same hospital as my nieces and nephew, right around the corner from me. Was a lady duck when she was little. I mean,
Well, that's a
she's
big
full
deal. So
circle.
talk about what the Lady Ducks are, because
Okay.
you said this a couple times, and I'm like, wait, people may not know what the Lady
Yeah,
Ducks
yeah, yeah.
are.
Lady Ducks are the like what do you call it? Pee wee
Pee
hockey
Wee hockey,
team
yeah.
for the girls, and the Ducks really put that infrastructure in early and had Lady Ducks teams obviously like
Yeah.
10, 10, 12, 15 years ago, maybe
Yeah.
even more than that. I don't know how long they've been going,
Yeah.
but they've really put in that. And Kayla Barnes was a Lady Duck. Before she went away to boarding school, I think, and went into professional, to the professional really
Yeah.
realm of hockey. So yeah, so full circle to my Southern California roots and my hockey roots down there. And it just, yeah, she's my favorite. She's my favorite. Short, uh, scrappy defender, queer, just
Yeah.
young, rookie
Yeah.
last year, didn't play the first year. So
Yeah.
she's young, and we will have her to cheer on for many a year, I hope.
Yeah. Hopefully. And
Yeah.
I think she signed a longer contract, a 2 or a 3 year. I'm pretty sure Hillary Knight and Alex Carpenter are the only ones that signed 1 year
On a
contract. I
year.
think everybody else signed 2 or 3 year contracts.
Okay.
So
Oh, sorry, did I scratch you?
no, you're fine.
Okay, so then after Kayla, spelled with a C, different. My niece Kayla, who was born in the same hospital, probably is with a K, but that's okay. Then it was Carpenter.
Yeah, Alex Carpenter. But that
Alex
wasn't
Carpenter.
until
The next
Thursday.
day,
That wasn't
right?
until
The
Thursday
Thursday.
morning
Yeah.
because we had said, "Oh, we're gonna wake up to the announcement of Alex Carpenter on Wednesday
Wednesday,
morning,"
and
and
we
then
didn't.
yeah, we all we got on Wednesday was Kayla.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we were like, are we gonna get Carpenter? Like, is it
hmm
happening? Is it, have
Well,
we
there
heard
was and there
anything?
was rumors that there was talks. Like that was the thing is that there was rumors about talks that Alex Carpenter was gonna sign with Seattle, but that was pre Kayla Barnes, signing an announcement. So yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
we waited. We waited for that. We were like, okay, so then that was Thursday morning that she got announced. So that was on day 3. And by then Vancouver had all 5 signed.
Right.
So they had all 5 signed within the first 2 days, and then we finished up on day 3
Mm-hmm.
with Alex Carpenter and Corinne
And
Schroeder.
Schroeder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Did you want to say something?
No, just Schroeder, good, shutout,
She's a monster,
great.
guys. She's 5'11".
She's a big girl
I love
in
it.
goal, and yeah, you could love a big goalie, and she's strong, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Shut out Schroeder.
shutout Schroeder.
Yeah, I think that the stat is well, it's not the stat,
She had
but
the first.
the first, which was the first game, the
Right.
inaugural game, the first January 1st,
Oh,
2024, she
nice.
got a shutout, and it was the
Awesome.
first shutout of the
And then the
league.
most shutouts, I think, in
She's
the
has
first
the most shut.
season.
Well, I think of the whole
The whole
the whole
league.
league so far. She has the most
Amazing.
shut. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So we like it.
obviously, yeah, she's
Shut them down.
that's right. Shut out Schroeder.
Mhm.
So I think that we were doing the math on that, and it's 3 Americans and 2 Canadians.
3 Americans, 2 Canadians.
Yeah.
Sir Dackney and Schroeder are the Canadians, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Hillary Knight,
Kayla Barnes.
Kayla Barnes, and Carpy are all Americans,
Americans. Yeah.
which we love.
Yeah.
Canadians, we love Americans.
Yeah, no, well, it was just there was an interesting question put out and just like
About
conversation
integration.
about well, not just about integration, about whether the GMs would take into consideration their nationality, like the players' nationalities, and whether that would make any difference in who chose who.
Mm.
And obviously, I mean, being 3 and 2, and I think that there is at least one American that got signed to Vancouver, if not more than one.
Mm.
Like, it's obvious that it's not. It doesn't matter.
I
Like
don't
they're
think it
not.
matters,
They're not
especially
caring.
because these people have already been in the league, so the immigration status, I think, is still good. I mean,
Right.
because they're
Right.
going back and forth all the time. I don't know all the ins and outs about it, but
Yeah. Well, my
we're
guess is
happy.
that they're on some kind of visa that allows them to, obviously travel the border and work within the United States, or vice versa, or work within Canada. That's I'm sure there's a visa that
Yeah.
they work with the government to do that. So, but anyway, it was an interesting thought and potential, conversation around like what's going to happen and if it was going to look at like if the American team was going to look at all Americans and if the Canadian team was going to look at all Canadians, but that is not what happened. So I don't think that was a consideration to be had.
No, it's a mix. And
Yeah.
tomorrow, the expansion draft.
Right.
I mean, we got Europeans in there.
Yep.
We have Canadians, Americans.
Yeah.
We're ready. Tomorrow we're going to the draft. Well, we're not going to Ottawa.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't even know if they're having it in Ottawa. I don't know where it's happening. Like, I don't know where. I don't know. I don't even know if all these people are going to actually be in one room together.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So it's been a little secretive. Like it is going to be on YouTube. So I know this is going to come out on Monday morning. So for those listening, it will be on YouTube. It's on the PWHL YouTube channel at 5:30. Oh, somebody else.
I thought I heard the pet or little feet.
Oh,
but I don't think so.
we were worried we were going to have visitors here in a second. But it will be on YouTube. It starts at 5:30 Pacific time. So, you do your time zone math. I don't do time zone math.
That's why when we were long distance, we were happy to both be in the
same time zone. Oh my gosh. When she traveled to the East Coast, I'm like, I could never keep track. I'm like, how many hours? Yeah, it's not my thing.
But we're going to be at the Rough and Tumble tomorrow. They're going to broadcast it live, and
Yeah, there's a
hopefully
watch party. There's going to be a whole bunch of people there.
watch
So.
party. We'll be there, and we're gonna get some dinner. Mom and Dad are gonna come stay with the kids.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a whole night out for us, which
we don't have those very often. It's gonna be a date and everything, guys.
there's gonna be dinner.
But there's gonna be dinner. There's 7, so there's 7 slots left, and so by the end of tomorrow night, and it was interesting because one of the he's actually a Vancouverite, Vancouverite.
Vancouver, right?
I don't know.
A man from Vancouver.
PWHL Source is his handle on all the socials. Like he put out the list of who was still available, who was in the expansion draft, and it was short.
Mm.
So you think about well,
Each team can only lose 4 players.
they can only lose 4 players, but the interesting thing about it being short is that at least 3 teams have 4 protected now.
Right.
And so minus those 4 players, so then there's minus 3 players from the other 3 teams. But then it was just still really interesting because it was like these are just the players that are under contract. So like there's a ton of players, guys, that are not under contract. So I think that there is going to be maybe some shaking up that happens after the regular draft happens too, would be my guess, is that once the regular draft happens, all the free agents that are out there can go anywhere they want
Yeah.
and they could potentially sign on to any team that they want to sign on to. So that's like a whole nother level because we still like next up and coming tomorrow night expansion draft. Then in 2 more weeks, the 24th of June, we have the regular draft, which is, now it's the teams recouping, the inaugural teams recouping what they lost, but also the new teams building up their roster. What were you
Right.
thinking?
I'm just thinking that it's our family vacation time, so
Yeah.
but I can't leave. I can't be absent from work, so maybe I'll go to the Rough and Tumble by myself. Are they doing it at the Rough and Tumble?
I have no idea what
I don't know either.
That's so
We might need
funny.
to talk about that.
Maybe.
Hmm.
I have no idea whether they're going to do a watch party for the regular draft or not. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sorry. Just totally got me.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thinking.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about everyone who can sign after the draft,
Right.
and all the machinations that can happen after that.
Right. So like I think that's another thing to like if you look at the list of contracted players that are not protected, it is a shorter list of players. I think only 3 out of the 6 teams actually even had goalies on that. So
That could be taken.
that can be drafted. So like these are just potential draft players. So I think that that's the really interesting thing about all this is it is not a huge list. And so when you really go down and look at it and like there's 14 players that are going to be drafted, tomorrow, like it's going to really take a lot away from those teams.
Yeah.
Like it's
We're
gonna,
sorry. We apologize in
yeah.
advance. We do. We get it because
Yeah.
I mean we feel like the benefits of that,
Right.
and that is coming at as a minus from everyone else. So
Right.
we're
But
sorry.
each team can only lose 4 players. So like that's another thing. It's like each team can only lose 4. So that's another thing the GMs have to think about. I think a lot of people have been doing mock drafts and they've been talking about how difficult it is because it's like you have to take into consideration what the list is, how short the list is. But then once a team loses 4 players, they're done.
That's it.
And then
Nobody
no,
else.
you can't take anyone else from them. So you have to be strategic about that too. So all of that to say, I think a big question mark that we have right now that obviously we'll have an answer to tomorrow is who's going first. Like we don't know.
Is it going to be a coin toss?
And I mean, I would assume they would do something like a coin toss. I don't know what else would be fair.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like what else is fair besides tossing a coin in the air and saying whoever gets, call heads and whoever gets heads wins, right? Because I think at this point there's no way to
Could they analyze who the 5 players, who's
that would
maybe
be nuts
making?
though.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no way to do it that's fair other than just a coin
Coin
toss.
toss. So I think I'm
Rock, paper,
predicting
scissors. Rock, paper,
I'm
scissors.
predicting
Yes.
I know, but I'm predicting right now today that whoever picks first,
Bilka.
Bilka.
Yeah. It's
Hannah
gonna be
Bilka. Yeah,
Bilka.
she's gonna go first. I think both teams want her.
And if they go first and don't take her, we're gonna take
Oh
her.
yeah, for
I
sure.
can't imagine
Oh
that they
no,
won't.
no. If Vancouver doesn't take her, if they get first pick and they don't take her, we will for sure take her first pick. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting to see what.
Fun.
No, it is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But
I hope we get there on time. We're gonna be fighting traffic.
Patty's worried about traffic.
We work. We have
Well,
full-time
yes, we have full-time jobs and it's an hour away. So it's like it's in traffic, in Seattle. So it's one of those things that like we'll get there when we'll get there. I mean,
We'll be watching.
Oh yeah, we'll turn on in the car if we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
get there in time. But yeah, we're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited to be able to experience it in a room full of Seattle fans. Like this is like, that's the other thing too, is it's like it's fun to now like we're Seattle fans and we have a team, like we have some players, like we're gonna have more players, like we've gotten to kind of dig in and learn about who they are. And yeah, so
And we're getting to know our hockey family.
yeah, like meeting other people in the community is
Hmm.
great. So I think that that's and this community is really amazing. Like it's just
Generous and
kind.
kind
Yeah.
and inclusive,
Yeah.
and it's just I'm so excited.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
I think it's good. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Because expansion draft is the big thing, and we won't know. Obviously, we won't know anything. We won't know what to talk about until tomorrow. So,
And then, I mean, I know we'll do a reel tomorrow, but
we'll for sure do a reel tomorrow. We'll for sure put something out on socials tomorrow. But we might record. I mean, we probably won't record tomorrow night, but we'll probably record early in the week. I mean,
right.
and I maybe we'll put something out earlier than next Monday.
Ooh, bonus
Yeah,
episode?
maybe we'll do another bonus episode in the middle of the week. I
Teaser.
don't always like to drop stuff in the middle of the week, but I can drop some. Maybe if we can get something recorded before the end of the weekend is easier for us guys. Just that's life. It's easier for us to be in a place where we can do this on the weekend. So we'll see. We'll see how next week goes. But
Speaking of that, Megan's gonna be up late tonight.
I'm not gonna be at that late. Yeah. Anyway,
I think that's it, babe.
I think that's it too. I don't really think we have much else to say other than we're very excited about the team. We're excited about the prospects. And I don't want to do any more conjecture about order that I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I know enough. Like I'll be honest. Like I don't think I know enough about these players to say who would be most beneficial, who would we like to have. I mean, I guess I could talk a little bit about night moves. You want me to talk about night
You
moves?
could.
Okay. So I have a whole big theory, my conspiracy theory, is that, and this is not nefarious at all, and this is not negative at all, that this team is being built around Hillary Knight. And it's not, again, I don't think it's negative and I don't think it's nefarious and I don't think there's anything wrong. If I was her, knowing this was going to be probably the last city I played in, this was going to be
Professionally.
professionally, and this is my heyday. Like this is my time to do everything I want to do and have no regrets for my professional career. I too would build a team around myself. Like if it was me, if I was the talent that she is, I would make that happen. And so I'm, coining it night moves in a silly kind of way. But I think that the choices, and I'm not saying she's making the choices, I just think she's being consulted about the team because she's obviously going to be the leader. I would be shocked if she wasn't the captain outright.
Shocked.
Yeah. And so all those things, like I think that they're building this team for her to lead, and I'm excited for that. And I don't think that they're not thinking about the future of like beyond her,
Mm-mm.
because I don't think that we've got a lot of young players that are excellent young leaders. And
Yeah.
so I think that they're making really wise, good choices. And so I don't want anybody to take this as like I'm like, oh, she's being like evil and running the show. But I don't feel that way. Even if she
Mm-mm.
is running the show, like I'm like part of me is like that's a boss move.
Yeah.
Like that's a boss move. Like do it. But also like how smart that ground up. I mean, that's how we feel about Seattle is like we're like we can get in this thing, we can be fans from the very beginning. We can help build this thing from the ground up and like I can't imagine she doesn't feel the same way.
Mm-mm.
So,
Yeah.
kudos to you, Hillary Knight. That is how I feel. It is a boss move what is going on right now. If anything that I believe is going on, super boss move. Hashtag
Welcome to Seattle.
yeah,
Hashtag
hashtag
what?
night moves.
Hashtag night. We're still going with night moves. That's what we've committed to night moves.
I know they wanted to do nighttime. Okay, we can do nighttime too, but I like night moves better.
Night
So,
moves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can be done now.
Yeah. I just wanted to say too, you said we have leaders that young leaders
Yeah.
on and off the ice. On and off the ice, people personalities that are going to drive this team
Yeah.
in this city and really put it on the map, and I'm just so excited. I can't wait.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Okay, hockey is fun, guys.
Hockey's fun.
Okay.
Hashtag.
Hashtag hockey is fun.
Mm,
Okay,
That's it.
that's it. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.